Today I tell you how I use the power of music to transform fear into motivation. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to the Power of Music. My name is Nicola Ciccone. I'm a singer-songwriter from Montreal. I've been in the music business for over 26 years. And in this podcast, The Power of Music, I basically marry two of my greatest passions. My passion for music, but also my passion for psychology. A field that I studied about 25 years ago uh, in university at McGill University, doing a master's and a bachelor's degree. And basically, what I explore in this podcast is a power that goes beyond just entertainment. I believe that music has the power to heal, has the power to bring together, to motivate, to elevate, and also it has the power to transform our negative emotions into positive emotions. It is the case with fear, and this is the thematic of today's episode. How I use music to transform my fear into motivation. Now, I've been in the music business, as I say, for many decades. Throughout my career, I must have given over 1,000 shows. And yet, to this day, I am still scared 1 or 2 hours before going on stage. I want to deliver a great performance. I want to make the public happy. Therefore, I'm extremely nervous before going on stage. It hasn't changed. As a young songwriter, I thought that as I was going to get older, my fear of going on stage was going to dissipate. But it's the opposite. As I get older, it gets worse. Throughout my career, I've sang in various halls and in front of various crowds. I've sang at La Saint-Jean in Quebec City on the Plaine d'Abraham in front of 250,000 people. I've sang at Parc Maisonneuve in Montreal in front of 200,000 people. At the Wilfrid Pelletier, at le Grand Théâtre de Québec, at l'Olympia de Paris, which is an amazing hall, probably the most famous hall in France. And yet, this fear hasn't dissipated. But throughout my career, the place where I sang or the concert that I gave, where I felt this fear the strongest, was when I sang at the Bell Centre in Montreal. I was lucky enough to give two concerts in 2004, 2005 at the Bell Centre in front of a sold-out crowd. Now, to put you into context, this was during my tour of Acheter, which is a record that sold over 250,000 copies, both in Canada and in Europe. At the time, my production company had decided to book the Bell Centre to give two shows. And I thought it was a great idea because as a teenager, I always dreamt of singing there. I grew up going to the Bell Centre and watching my favorite bands, ranging from the Stones to U2, from the Police, all the way to Metallica. So for me, it was a dream to sing there. I always envisioned myself performing in that hall, hoping someday this dream was going to come true. So when the team came to me with this crazy idea of booking the Bell Centre, of course I said yes. It is only a couple of days before the actual first show that I realized the trouble that I had gotten myself into. And I started feeling extremely nervous, extremely scared. 4 hours before the official show, I sat in the stands of the Bell Centre, a little bit like I'm sitting in the stands of this park today, and I watched the stage, this humongous stage where I was going to have to perform, and I started shaking. But as my musicians started performing the songs of the sound check, my songs, something very magical happened. The fear that was facing me like an opponent suddenly, to the sound of music, changed position. It slowly moved next to me, as if the opponent became, in an instant, a partner, an alliance, someone or something that was going to help me. As I started thinking about this, I realized that it made sense. I was an artist, and people came to see me not because of my perfection or my strength. They came to see me because of my vulnerability, because of my sensitivity, because of my fragility. Therefore, my fear was actually an emotion that, if channeled, was going to allow me to be that person, to be that artist, the imperfect one, the fragile one, the vulnerable one, and most of all, the sensitive one. So fear was actually going to be an ally instead of being an opponent. Slowly but surely, showtime came. I got on stage with my eyes closed, holding my mic, and I started singing the first song, thinking of how fear was there to help me and not to hurt me. At the end of the first song, the public, the 20,000 people that were there, started roaring like a huge lion and clapping. And I understood that they were enjoying themselves, and so was I. It was a great moment, and the rest of the show was a success, obviously. But what I took out of that experience was really how music can turn fear into motivation, into validation, and most of all, into confidence. Throughout my career, whether I sing even to this day in front of 100 people or 1,000 people, I still feel that fear, but I remember the lesson of the Bell Center. And I try to use music to change that fear into self-confidence. So today, what I would like to do is to propose to you, suggest to you 3 songs from 3 different eras of my career that are all 3 on my new record, Beautiful Madness, because it is a beautiful madness to step on stage and perform in front of a huge audience. And therefore, I think that these songs can help anyone and everyone in their everyday lives transform fear into confidence. The first song that I chose is a song called Play My Song. It's a piece that I wrote in 1998, so before I even was famous. And the song is a song that deals with both being an artist but also being a star. I always say that what I do is basically 2 different jobs. On the one hand, you have the artistic side, which is connected to passion, which is stronger than time. As long as you keep your passion and you feel like writing, you're inspired, you will be an artist. Even if you're 79, you'll always stay an artist. And the other job, the other side, which is the one of being a star, that is a lot more volatile. It's attached to popularity, to fashion, to phases of your career. When you start, everybody loves you. Then you go up, you become super popular. At a point, people are kind of used to you, so they don't forget you, but they put you a little bit aside. And if you're lucky, either because people find a new song to latch onto, or basically because they want to pay tribute to you, they bring you back up. But it's something that's very intangible and very superficial, if you want. So Play My Song basically is a tongue-in-cheek song, a little bit caricatural of this second reality. And it's accompanied by an amazing blues arrangement that I love. You can tell the song is very dear to my heart. Second song that I propose to you is a song called Song for the Everyday Man. Now, this one was written between 2004 and 2008. It took 4 years to write. And it's a song that deals with the process of fulfilling a vision when you're an artist. Every song, every album starts with a vision. And usually it takes about 2 years from the vision to get to the record. First, you have to write the songs, conquer your doubts and your fears. Then you have to build a team of musicians to bring the songs to fruition, to make them musical. Then you have to find press agents, distributors, agents to basically release the tracks. And ultimately, you have to face the media and hopefully get to the public, get to you guys, so you hear the songs. So it's a long process, and there are many, many stumbling blocks where you can fall, where you can get discouraged. Song for the Everyday Man is basically a song that encourages the artist not to give up, to endure, to stay resilient, to keep pushing, to keep its faith. The third song that I chose is a song called Babe. It was written in 2023, so very recently. It's a song I wrote for one of my friends, this girl that was going through a funk. She was going through a breakup, and at the same time, she was going through problems with her job. So she was questioning everything in her life. She had lost faith and hope in life altogether. And basically what I tried to do with this song is to encourage her, to tell her to keep hope alive, to keep pushing, to try to keep advancing despite the weight of time, because everything gets better with time. You just have to endure. You have to keep faith going, and most of all, you have to keep your hope alive. So you listen to these three songs, and I'll see you on the other side of the block.
Play my song on the radio. Turn my records into platinum. Send me flying over the rainbow. Take me home when it's all gone. My sweet Jesus, come and save me. I ain't got no world to face. Small, you're not great. You're somewhere in between. Just a man lost in space, trying to live up to his dreams. But your dreams are so big, and this world is so small. Before you get to your wings, you must face many walls. So be patient and sing. Learn to dance through it all. You'll be unable to fall. Hey, babe, wipe away your cries. Don't let this world burn holes inside your eyes. Come on, girl. When you feel this life stabs you like a knife, hold on to my hand. It's okay to be afraid. My heart's bleeding on the interstate as I'm driving through the valley of the doomed.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. For those of you that would like to hear the songs of today in their entirety, plus an extra 7 songs, for you guys, I've created a playlist that I call the Playlist to Transform Fear into Motivation. You can find the link to it in the description below this video. It'll take you directly to my Spotify. For those of you that would like to find out more about my upcoming concerts, my conference, The Power of Music, and my new album, Beautiful Madness, you can check out my site, nicolaciccone.com. And finally, for those of you that would like to hear the song Babe in its entirety, you can check this link right here.